On this week's show, we'll bring you the sights and sounds of spring, football, and get to know transfer running back TJ Green.
Plus, we'll tell you about Brooke, Bryan's inspirational path to Liberty lacrosse, both of them. And we look at the top plays from March. This is Flames Central.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Flames Central, your home for all things Liberty athletics. She's Emily. I'm Matt. Thanks so much for taking time to spend with us this week.
Matt, we have some fun stories to get to today, including the top 5 plays from March. But first, we start things on the gridiron with Liberty football putting those final touches on spring.
Yeah, the Flames looking to build off a season in which they spent a lot of time in the top 25. And on Saturday, they gave the fans a sneak peek of what they can expect. Liberty holding what they called the red, white, and blue preview, an open practice, and a chance to showcase some of the new and returning talent. And it also gave us an excuse to mic up the head coach, Hugh Freeze. Take a listen.
I think in 1 minute we're going to tee it up. It's good. That's good. It's the best look we've had all spring. We get we didn't block 11. PAT. Go ahead, kick it. One more straight. There we go. Twos. Oh, good job, Darrell. Who's the tailback? It's 15 playing, 1 playing. 5's going to be the problem. Oh, he went wide, would be Bruce. Dang, it's too fast. If he hugs that. Oh. Hey, if you're just a little more patient, you hug that tackle's hip, it's going to open. Come on, let's go score again. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Still got 1. All right, you can shut him down for the day. Him and 8, shut him and 8 down. Just make the play and make the tough one. He won on the route. Atta baby. It was a great release, Mo. Drove, great job, Drove. Great job. Boy. Truth of the day, and we've got 2 more days left to do something to get us more prepared to have a 2021 that we all look at and we're proud of. Don't waste the time.
The running back with lightning speed you just saw, number 15, yeah, that's TJ Green. He's added even more depth in the backfield for the Flames this season. So you may be thinking, another new guy? It's so hard to keep up with all of these incoming players. Emily, help me get to know them. Well, your wish is my command. Flames Nation, meet TJ Green.
My name is TJ Green. I play running back, and I'm a transfer from the University of Utah. The facilities are great. Do you want me to look into this camera or look at you? Okay. My major is sports management, and I don't really know what I want to be when I grow up yet. I am grown. It was an up-and-coming team. Coach Freeze is here. I know a lot about him when he was at Ole Miss. The running back coach, Coach Johnson, came in. He's like his energy was just great.
Come get him.
So I enjoyed speaking with him a lot in the recruiting process, and they just made me feel like at home. So that's why I decided to transfer to Liberty. I'm getting nervous. I am explosive. I can run routes out the backfield. I can run through the tackles. I feel like I'm a complete back. My mom's just always pushed me to be the best, and she's always been my ride or die. So anything I do is for her. She's my motivation, she's my why. I can cook a little bit. Yeah, I can cook a little bit in the kitchen. I like steaks, I like pastas, salmon. Yeah, all that good stuff.
Cannot wait to see that kid on the field this year. Well, to say Liberty baseball has been hot seems like an understatement. Coming into Tuesday's matchup at Duke, the Flames had won 14 of 15, and that included 2 wins over North Carolina and 1 over Virginia. Could the success against the ACC continue against the Blue Devils? One thing I can tell you about this game, the ball was flying out of the yard. In the first inning, Duke got home runs from Joey Luperfido and Chris Crabtree to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Liberty would try to use the long ball themselves to make a comeback. An Aaron Anderson home run in the 7th made it 4-3, Duke in front. And then a Brandon Rohr tear in the 8th made it a 5-4 Blue Devil advantage. And that would be where the comeback would fall short. The Flames lose it by a run. Their first loss to an ACC foe this season as their record drops to 16-7 on the year.
Let's stay on the diamond, shall we? The Lady Flames were unable to travel to Lipscomb for their conference series this past weekend due to COVID issues within the Lady Bison program. But LU got back on the field for a midweek matchup against number 18 Tennessee. The Lady Flames are looking for their 5th straight win, while the Lady Vols are looking for their 3rd victory this week. Let's get things started in the second. Carly Keeney on the mound for LU, and let me tell you, Allie Shipman had her number in this one. Shipman sends it out to give the Lady Vols a 2-0 lead early, and then Shipman adds on that score with an RBI single in the 3rd. She batted 2 for 3 with a homer, 3 RBIs, and 1 run scored. On the other hand, the Lady Flames bats were basically silent thanks to UT Ashley Rogers, who pitched a 2-hit shutout. The ranked Lady Vols go on to get the 6-0 shutout, snapping Liberty's 4-game win streak. The Lady Flames will return to conference play, hosting Kennesaw State for a 3-game series.
Well, it seems like over the last year, we've talked a lot about Liberty athletics making history. Well, that phrase may get used a few more times before this spring comes to an end. This time, it was Liberty lacrosse getting in on the record-setting action. The Lady Flames facing Delaware State, and those poor Hornets had no idea what they were walking into. Liberty would have 16 different players score in the game. 16!
Woo!
Brooke Bryan led the way with 3 goals as Liberty sets a program record, scoring 24 goals in the game. They scored 23 in a game 3 other times in program history, but never 24. The dominating win moved Liberty's record to 5-3 on the year and 3-1 at home.
Wow, 24 goals. That's hard to choose what highlights to use. But speaking of Brooke Bryan, who recorded a hat trick for the Lady Flames in that big win, the redshirt sophomore is originally from California and has quite the story to and from and back to Liberty. It took a major life decision of returning to the West Coast in order for Brooke to see where God was leading her. And it all pointed back to one special place.
When was the last time you did anything that made you uncomfortable? Or better yet, when was the last time you did something for the first time? See, every significant event that happened in the Bible happened because someone was willing to say yes to God.
They say that a mother knows best. And after Shalene Bryan spoke at Convocation in 2014, she knew her daughter Brooke belonged at Liberty.
I was like, Mom, I'm not going to Virginia. I had never been over here to the East Coast. And she says, Brooke, you need to go to a lacrosse camp and you need to check it out. And when I got here, I just instantly fell in love with everything. The program, the coaches, the people.
That experience would lead Brooke to move from the comforts of home on the West Coast to play lacrosse for the Flames.
Coming from California, a brand new freshman, it was really hard. Conditioning was really hard for me. I wasn't totally coming in prepared. I got suspended. I had to sit out of some games. I was struggling a lot with just keeping up with the team that first semester.
Those struggles only caused Brooke to push herself harder. Suddenly, what started as a love of lacrosse became an unhealthy obsession to be the best.
Lacrosse kind of started becoming an idol in my life, and I had this monomaniacal focus of like, I need to be perfect and I need to do it all on my own. That just didn't work because I was trying to just muscle through, Brooke. Do it in your own strength. Don't reach out to your community or lean on anyone. You can do it all on your own. And that was just a big lie that I believed.
After a less than perfect freshman campaign, Brooke sensed the need for a reset. And so she would head to a unique summer camp back in her home state of California.
It's this tiny camp called Wildwood. And what it is it's a discipleship camp. And there's no cabins. You're completely living in tents. There's no technology and there's no time. So what that allowed me to do was really just spend time with the Lord in solitude. I started hearing from him. And the thing that I started hearing from him that summer was, hey Brooke, lacrosse is an idol in your life and I need you to just be removed from it. And so I really felt strongly that God was calling me to leave Liberty, which is something that I'd just fallen so much in love with, and just take some time away from lacrosse and from Liberty. And so I was like, all right, Lord, like I feel so strongly that you're speaking this to me that I'm gonna give it up. And honestly, I thought that freshman year was the last time I would play lacrosse ever in my life.
All that was left to do was tell her coach she wouldn't be back in the fall.
But I'll never forget the phone call. I'm kind of taken aback. She's upset, she's crying. And deep down in my heart, I'm thinking to myself, she's this upset about this decision. You know, something's telling me this isn't a final thing for her because it's too hard to let go of. She went out just even better than she came in, and she was complimentary of this whole entire experience, even the ups and downs. She could have easily been like, the first semester was really hard for me, and there was no excuses. It was, you know, this has been the best experience of my life. I just feel like this is something I need to do.
With her lacrosse career seemingly in the rearview mirror, Brooke would return home, attend a new school, and begin focusing more on her relationship with God.
Taking some time away, I had thought that me leaving Liberty, having all this time to spend with the Lord, instead of getting up and going to practice, I was like, oh, I could just get up and get into the Word of God. But I realized that it's not necessarily about the amount of time that you have free. And a big thing that God taught me in that time away from Liberty was that I need to prioritize Him first in whatever I'm doing. So if that's waking up and being able to play lacrosse and pour into my teammates and see the image of God in them, or if that's not having a ton of things to do like I was in California, when He taught me that, it was like this thing had clicked and I was like, hey, lacrosse, instead of it being something that brings me glory to my life, it's something that can literally bring God glory.
With a new understanding of what God was asking of her, Brooke felt a desire to return to Liberty and once again play the sport she loved. But first, she would have to make a difficult phone call.
I had given up my spot, I'd given up my opportunity. The coaches and Liberty staff had given me this opportunity to play lacrosse and I gave it up. And I didn't know whether or not they'd welcome me back. I got super nervous, but I called my coach and was like, hey coach, I don't know what I need to do to be able to get back, but I've learned a lot being gone from Liberty and I missed every second of it.
I could hear, through the phone, I could hear how excited she was and just the joy in her voice, and that's where inside me I'm like, yes, Brooke, this, you were meant to be here and do this and go through this.
Westlake, California, number 25.
With a second chance and a new outlook, Brooke now understands her true role and how God can use her through a game she once left behind.
Coming back, it's no longer about my individual performance, how many goals I score, where I see my ministry of my life on my lacrosse team. Because there's so much opportunity on lacrosse team for discipleship. People can be mentoring you and then you can be pouring that mentorship into other people. There's opportunity just to use your body as a temple for the Lord and worship Him through things like sprints or things like shooting the ball in the net, And you can find the Lord in those small moments, and that's something that I never realized my freshman year. And not only that, but just building relationships that will last for this whole life that we have here on earth. Lacrosse is 4 years, but I really think that we're building relationships that will last our entire lifetime.
Great story produced by our Donald Scott. Matt, what's so neat about Brooke's story is that she was able to learn this major life lessons so early in life, and that Liberty welcomed her back with open arms.
Yeah, you know, it's college experience, right? You're supposed to be learning about yourself, learning about your faith, using this time to do that, and she certainly has, and as you said, is ahead of the game. She's going to leave Liberty now kind of knowing her purpose and knowing how she can affect others.
And it's really cool that she's also having a career year with the Lady
Yeah.
Flames. All right, well, if you like these kind of features and just our show in general, then you'll love our Flame Central podcast. We go in depth and break down all things Liberty athletics. We invite coaches, student athletes to join in and give you a deeper look into the Flames. You can download the podcast today on Spotify, Apple, Google, basically wherever you listen, we are there. So subscribe today. All right, we need to take a quick time out, but coming up, Rhett joins us in studio for Warm, Hot, y Fuego.
Plus, big news for Darius McGee, and reminisce with us as we look back to the month of March. Stay with us. More Flame Central coming up.
Since 1971, Liberty University has had one mission: training champions for Christ. We've been at this for a while, and in the shadow of the Blue Ridge Mountains, we have grown to be a global force. Today, Liberty runs over 100,000 students around the globe, studying across 15 colleges and schools. And among that, proudly over 30,000 military students and their families. Across 700 programs of study, we train as one: nurses, artists, business leaders of the future and today. Together, we work to give back through service trips, local community work, and over 500,000 volunteer hours per year. And we play just as hard as we study, with 20 NCAA athletic programs and over 40 club sports teams. So, who are we? We are Liberty University, and we train champions for Christ.
You work hard. You sacrifice. You do what it takes for your kids to succeed. College can be expensive, but your income makes it difficult to qualify for much, if any, need-be state. Until now. Liberty's Middle America Scholarship provides over $20,000 in financial aid over the course of 4 years, to families typically bringing in between $35,000 and $95,000 annually. At Liberty, we don't just believe everyone should have access to higher education, we make it happen.
In 1776, one of the most important documents in our nation's history was penned by one of Virginia's most famous residents. Throughout the next 200 years, the importance of Central Virginia was deeply woven into the tapestry of our nation's history. Liberty University is blessed to be built upon these same historic grounds, furthering the Christian tradition of our founding fathers and training young men and women of character and of calling. At Liberty, you're welcomed into a community rich with history, and we invite you to explore our campus in Central Virginia to discover more than just the surface level. Building upon the tapestry of history, we strive for greatness, humble to be at the heart of where the country began.
Heroes wear uniforms. You wear your strength, courage, dedication on your sleeve, and your determination on your face. We're honored to help heroes like you with a 25% discount on undergraduate, graduate, or doctoral tuition. No matter how you serve, we're here to serve you.
Welcome back to Flame Central. Darius McGee is a name that might sound a little bit familiar to you. You've seen the shooting star light up the scoreboard for LU. Then when Liberty goes to the big dance, there's D. McGee all over the NCAA March Madness flyers, commercials. No big deal. Well, the Flames season might be over, but the national attention for McGee has not stopped. He was recently named to the 2020-2021 Lou Henson All-America team, which is awarded to the top mid-major player in Division I. McGee averaged nearly 16 points a game while shooting over 40% from three-point range for Liberty this season.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Darius McGee, an electric season for the Flames guard. All right, time now for Warm, Hot, and Fuego. Rhett McGibbon joins us as he always does. Top player moment from the past week in Liberty Athletics. You usually have a theme. I'm going to guess, is it Easter related?
Kind of. It's like the spring wardrobe. Like,
Oh, okay.
Like at least in my family, when spring comes, you're kind of going to the garage, you're getting out the bins with the spring clothes for the kids and
Like,
getting it all
wear
sorted
the
out.
shorts.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
of that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So player and wardrobe. Let's start with warm.
Warm, Trinity Watts on the volleyball team.
Yeah.
And when you're looking at your spring wardrobe, you're thinking, all right, the belt, the shoes, the kind of the accessories can sometimes make the outfit, right? And I think going into the season, the plan was for Trinity Watts to be the accessory, to make it. But due to injury, going down Johnson, Mangum going down, all of a sudden Watts turns into the main feature piece, and she made the team. So to speak, in terms of kills, she led the team in kills, had a tremendous season for a freshman that I don't think that, like I said, the original plan was for her to be the go-to.
She had a lot more on her shoulders than maybe you would have expected.
Totally, and this is a really young team. So herself, I'm going to give Lydia Burtz an honorable mention here. They did some tremendous work in this young Flames team that had a tough matchup against Kennesaw State in the ASUN tourney, and they battled through it. Like the first two were tremendous, so good on them.
Yeah, she has a bright future. She's going to be really good.
Yes.
Fun to watch. All right, from warm, we go to hot. Who's your player and who's your a wardrobe?
All right, it's going to be a baseball player. When you think about baseball players, it's always the talk about the pants, right? Whether you're showing the socks or not, or just the
Is that what you do?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, at least when I'm watching. Trey Gibson, freshman pitcher, he has just been outstanding. 9 Ks versus Bellarmine, 35 Ks on the year. It reminds you of when we had Parker Bean as a freshman.
Or what a freshman campaign.
He was just lights out. And Trey so far, like a couple of rocky starts to start the year off, but man, he has settled in. He's got a nasty edge to him, some real good stuff. Yeah, like you see him up there.
He has a presence out there. He's a bulldog out there in the mound.
He takes it personal. Like I feel like if you get a hit on him, he remembers. He like takes the number, waits for you to come back up, and he's gonna get you the next time. Yeah,
he
for
is
sure.
going to be a star. You like making predictions?
I do.
I'll make one. He's going to be a superstar for the Flames. So
Love it.
watch that.
Yes.
All right. Finally, in Fuego, your athlete or team and the wardrobe connection.
Yeah, I think when you go like Easter Sunday, you get like the suit jacket out. It's like your sports jacket. You get the nice dress going on. That's kind of like the thought. Men's tennis, they have just been so great this season. I'm comparing them, Fuego, the ultimate thing. And these guys, first time in team history that they have been ranked as a team, currently sitting at 40, came in at 43 just this past couple of weeks. So they continue to go up the rankings. They've played some really top teams. They've knocked off a top 50 team in UNCW, dropped a close one to South Florida by 1 point, losing 3-4. They were ranked in the 30s. So this is a team that continues to build, and Coach Swant is doing an excellent job with this group.
Good job, Rhett. When it comes to fashion, Rhett's our go-to guy here at Flames Central. All right, coming up, the top 5 plays from the month of March, and we welcome a new member to the Flames Central family. That's all when we come back.
At Liberty University, we don't just believe everyone should have access to higher education, we make it happen. That's why we are offering our Middle America Scholarship to help families like yours by providing over $20,000 over the course of 4 years. Money should not hold you back from the life-changing experience at Liberty University. Find out if you qualify for the Middle America Scholarship today.
Times are changing. At Liberty, we've made it our priority to grow, to learn, to improve. But even with all the change, our purpose remains. We want to equip people to go make a difference through their calling in their communities around the world. And though we are blessed with an amazing campus, our most valuable resource has always been the people, our students, and those who inspire them. It's the people who serve, maintain, support. It's you.
What's really important? Not the buildings, not the mountain, not the property, but the young people who use these buildings, who study in these facilities. They are important.
No matter what the future holds, we will stay focused on our goal. And the people of Liberty University are how we will continue to carry out our mission. They are the ones who empower us to
Training champions for Christ.
Champions for Christ.
Training champions for Christ.
Music has the power to bring people together, to unite world cultures, and travel to new places. At Liberty University, you have the freedom to learn and create new music wherever you go. With our new online commercial music degree, you can learn to write, to sing, to play, and produce music anywhere, to lead the next generation of musicians in this country and the world.
Hey friends, thanks for sticking around. Matt, not sure how it happened, but March, my birthday month, it just came and went. Somehow.
Yeah, somehow we missed out on that. All right, well, despite the month flying by, there is no shortage of action for Liberty Athletics. Let's take a look back at the top plays of the month, starting with play number 5. Last week, Liberty Lacrosse scored a record 24 goals against Delaware State. This was the fastest. Andrea Colavito showing off the Jets as she blows past the defense for the goal. Lady Flames making it look easy as they cruise to a lopsided, I think that would be lopsided win. Yeah, 24 goals, program record.
Yeah, number 4 to the diamond we go. Bottom of the 9th, the game between Liberty and VCU, and Aaron Anderson decides, I'm ready to go home.
Let's go.
The walk-off RBI double as the Flames win in dramatic fashion. Spoiler alert, this may not be the last time we see Mr. Anderson in the top plays, Matt Warner.
A little tease there. Looking forward to seeing him again. Play number 3, Liberty Field Hockey has been a top 10 program much of the season, and they were locked in a battle with number 12 Duke. Double overtime, the Lady Flames find a winner off the stick of Julie Dales. Then it was time to celebrate. It was the first time LU Field Hockey had ever beaten Duke, and the W came in memorable fashion.
Love to see it. All right, number 2, more late game heroics. Lady Flames softball. Top 25 Arkansas, a scoreless game in the 10th, and it's scoreless no more. A pinch hit 2-run homer for Danae Griffin would help win it for the Lady Flames. That snapped Arkansas's 19-game win streak and was Liberty's first ever shutout of an SEC team.
That almost landed on the windshield of a car in the parking lot. All right, number 1, back to that Anderson guy. Liberty baseball hosting Virginia. Foul ball slicing down the left field line, and Anderson head over heels to make the catch. This play would make SportsCenter the next morning, as it should have. But even better than that, it's our top play from the month of March. Watch this right here. Watch. Did he get it? Oh, there's the glove. Just peeking out there. Yep, made the play. Great catch by Anderson, our number 1 play from the month of March. Hey, Rhett McGibbon rejoins us now. You may not be able to tell it, but the man is running on fumes.
Yeah, that happens when you add an 8th child to the family. Can we get a round of applause for Rhett? Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Look
Rhett.
at the new addition to the McGibbon family. Such a little sweetie. Laura McGibbon, her cheeks,
I know.
Rhett, they're everything.
All cheeks. I was praying for a chubby little girl. I know that sounds kind of mean, but I was praying for a chubby little girl. And we got one, 8 pounds, 12 ounces. Second biggest kid out of the 8.
Wow.
So yeah, she's a chunker.
That's congrats on you remembering their weights. Like with 8, I don't know how you remember all the names, honestly. That's a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot of names, which
Baby
you guys
number 8.
know, and that's a story for another time.
Yeah, well, congrats for that.
Thank you.
Great job by you. All right, hey, we're about out of time here at Flame Central. Go to our website, libertyflamecentral.com, to check out all of our great stories.
We'll see you next time.